Hello folks. So today I'd like to talk a little bit about signs of relaxation in horses and things that you are looking for when dealing with horses that are actually good signs. This is Charlie, and he's going to help me out here today. My three horses are in their feeding corrals up there, and they are eating. And Charlie came up to kind of, hang with me a little bit here. So I just thought that I would do a video about relaxation, signs of relaxation, and good signs that if you are working with horses and you can achieve these signs, they would, you would know that your horse is in a calm and relaxed state. Okay, so Charlie is what we call a gelding. That means that he is a male horse who has been gelded, or in like dog terminology, he has been neutered. In other words, he does not have testicles. He cannot impregnate a mare. So he is called a gelding. Now, signs of relaxation in geldings are a little bit different than signs of relaxation in mares. A mare is a female horse. So, a lot of the signs are very similar, but there's one that is definitely different. So with horses, okay, you're looking for a few things as a sign of relaxation. One of them is their head position being down, okay? And I don't mean all the way down to the ground. I just mean kind of relaxed. Like this area here is called the withers. It's the highest point on a horse, okay? I mean, obviously their head is higher, but for their skeletal system, this is the highest point, and this is the point that they measure a horse. So if you hear anybody say, my horse is 15 hands tall, you know that horse has been measured at this point. What they do is they take this pole, they put it right there, and then they know that, how tall that horse is. So for a horse like Charlie, actually for any horse, and I just covered this in another video the other day, a really, really, really great spot to scratch them is on the withers if you want to really calm them down and lower their heart rate. It has been scientifically proven that scratching a horse, just lightly scratching them here on the withers, lowers their heart rate. And that is a great way to get a horse to relax. You can see that his head is coming down. And my point about the withers earlier was, if your horse's withers are here and their head is kind of like, or their neckline is kind of like level with the withers, then that means that they have a low head, like their head is relaxed. That is a relaxed look for a horse. If his head was way up and he was looking around and everything, that would not be relaxed. Another sure sign are their eyes. Like if he's got his eyes half shut, he's in that kind of lazy state, he's very relaxed right now. You can see his eyes are like half shut, his head's down. He's definitely in a kind of a chill mood right now. Gosh, he's so hairy. I'm trying to keep all this hair off my hand, but I'm gonna see if I can get him to do what I'm hoping he will do here. I'm scratching him on the withers just so you all know what I'm doing. I'm going for another relaxation tip here. Let's see if we can get one or not. I'm watching his lips right now. Okay. So the reason I'm watching the lip is there's this thing called the lip quiver, where they actually the lip starts to tremble a little bit. See, his head is getting lower and lower. Oh, there. He just did it. Hold on. See if I can get him to do it again. Come on. Still scratching him. See if we can get that lip to quiver. It did it a tiny bit just there. Oh, it just did it again. See how his bottom lip kind of like flaps a little bit and it quivers? Well, that is a sign of relaxation. That's another one right there, licking and chewing. See how he's licking and chewing with his mouth, even though he's not eating anything? That's another sign of relaxation. So all of these are indicators of a nice relaxed horse. Now, if his ears were, okay, so he's starting to do it now. If his ears were kind of like pointed a little bit toward me and at like half mast, sort of like that he's doing right now, that's another sign of a relaxed horse. Where their ears are not forward, they're kind of back against their, what's the matter, buddy? They're back against their head a little bit, but of course not flattened up against their head. But just sort of like tilted a little bit back, just like that. He's doing it right now. That's a sign of a relaxed horse. But see, right now his ears are spinning all over the place because he's standing here by himself and the rest of the herd is kind of off elsewhere, so he is paying attention to that. Another sign of a relaxed horse, particularly a gelding, okay, is if down below here, if they are you know, kind of like dropped out or extended in any way, just kind of lazily, then that's another sign of a relaxed horse for a gelding, for a boy. They just sort of get really, really, really relaxed and everything just kind of, you know, flops around. And so if you happen to see that and your horse is giving you all the other signs with the head down, the eyes halfway shut, a quivering lip, you know, the ears in kind of like a half-mast position, then you know that your horse is nice and chill, okay? Now, if, on the other hand, if his head were up, if his eyes were really big, if he was, you know, kind of like spinning his head around and stuff like that, then he definitely would not be in a relaxed position, and, you know, you would need to proceed accordingly. But if you want to get your horse into a nice calm state of mind, I have found that, you know, scratching them like this, any type of grooming for my horses and all the horses in the herd always calms them down majorly. From what I have found, they absolutely love to be groomed. It's kind of like us getting our back scratched or getting a massage. They really, really enjoy it. So that's always a good technique if you're trying to bond with a horse that you're unfamiliar with. Like when I first got Shakespeare, he had been very abused, and I spent many, many, many months just brushing him and grooming him, and that was really how we bonded. We bonded a lot through grooming, and it's a wonderful way to get your horse to trust you and to get them to relax. And not only that, to get them to trust your hands. Getting a horse to trust your hands is critically important because, you know, I want my horses to know that whatever I put in my hand, whether it's a flag, whether it's an umbrella, a blower, a stick, I mean, whatever, I want them to know that if I put it in my hand, it's not going to harm them. I don't want them to be afraid of it. So I do that a lot with my horses. I'll just carry weird things around or make noises with weird stuff or whatever. And, you know, just to get them used to it. And then I will always kind of touch them with it and just let them know that, hey, just because it looks weird or it sounds weird or it smells weird, it doesn't mean that it's going to hurt you. You know, like, I mean, there's a board laying here. And I don't know, I guess this board must have blown off of something. But I can come over here, and this is Whiskey. Whiskey's not my horse, okay? But I let him sniff it. Now he's checking it out. But see, Whiskey knows me enough to know that if I come up to him with this thing, I'm right up against this electric fence here. Here, turn around. If I come up to him with this thing, I'm not going to hurt him. Like, he's not my horse, but I'm in the herd enough with him that he knows that, you know, what I put in my hand is not going to harm him. So all these things are great things to do with your horses, folks. Just to help desensitize them. But I will say that the whole point of this video, you know, how to look for look for the signs of a calm, relaxed horse. Ideally, if you can do things like this with your horses, but start them in a relaxed position first, it's my opinion that you're going to get a lot further with them. Because if you go into it, obviously, with the horse all jacked up and freaked out about stuff and scared and blowing and snorting and all excited, then, you know, it's going to be a whole lot more difficult for you to get that horse to trust you when you're coming at them with something like this, or a flag, or, you know, whatever else, an umbrella or a tarp or something that you want to desensitize them with. So if you can start in that nice, calm, relaxed state of mind, get them nice and comfortable, and then introduce things to them, I have found that that is always much more helpful than going into it with them all excited. Because if they're excited and nervous and full of anxiety, then guess what? You're going to be full of anxiety, and that's just a recipe for disaster. So anyway, hope that helps, and let me know if you all, you know, have found any of these techniques. I mean, you know, have noticed any of these relaxation things within your horses, and how that works out for you. So see, Whiskey is very relaxed right now. See, his withers are right there. His neckline is straight. His head is down. His eyes are blinking. I just finished rubbing him on his withers. He was licking and chewing. You know, he's just like really very relaxed right now. And this would be a great time to do some desensitizing work with him, or to introduce him to new things, because he's in a nice, calm state of mind. So that's what you're going for. Well, at least that's what I'm going for with horses, is to just keep them in that nice, you know, relaxed state of mind. So, all right, hope that helps.